Well, gold finally hit $4,000 an ounce. And so we are going to be seeing a whole bunch of stuff happen, I believe, coming up. And especially in the news, I think we actually might be starting to see what happens in the regular news for most people and everyone in the world. We do know that India is a big buyer of gold, has been for a long time. China is a big buyer of gold. They have been for a long time. Russia produces a lot of platinum and I believe gold as well too. And what we just saw not too long ago, this is not a 100% uh $4,000 an ounce quite yet. Or actually, no, I'm wrong. As it speaks, the market just updated, and it is now the bid price is $4,000 $4,004.20 on the bid price, and $4,006.20 on the ask price. And then we also see silver at $48.21 for the ask price. Platinum is also up $32. Palladium is up $13. And this is absolutely crazy and nuts, truthfully said. Because let's see here. I don't know if my live stream is completely going through or not, but hopefully I am live streaming appropriately. I'm trying to look as well too, but this is major news. We see gold at $4,000 an ounce. This is unheard of. All right, I am live streaming, and I do see I'm also doing a little bit of a test stream as well too. But gold, $4,000 an ounce, that's outrageous. I have never seen gold this high, and no one has. This is a major breakthrough in the market, and we're going to look a little bit at it and see what's going on. The live prices right now, I'll show you guys. We see that gold, $4,004.60 for the bid. The ask is $4,006.60, and it's just tearing through. It not only hit $4,000 an ounce, it's now going above $4,000 an ounce, and quite rapidly as well. It was literally just I think 10 minutes ago that gold was $4,996, and so it is up, but we're going to watch a little bit of a video and just make our way through it, see what this dude has to say. Yankee Stacking, and this gentleman right here, he owns the coin shop, and this was posted 5 hours ago, and this is before gold hit $4,000 an ounce. Now this guy right here didn't think that gold would hit $4,000 an ounce. But all of the predictions and what I've been saying all year long has come true, and I don't think that we're going to hit $5,000 an ounce by the end of the year. But I do think that 4,200 is actually obtainable before the year ends, and we are still making good progress to hit $50 an ounce for silver. Quite remarkable times that we live in, and it was only a few months ago as well that platinum was still $900 an ounce. Platinum has been $900 an ounce for over a decade. So let's watch a little bit of this and see what they have to say. Have a little bit of fun.
Add my other bank to those three.
I don't follow things quite that closely, but I remember the Hunt brothers. Remember that?
Oh,
They
yeah.
were trying to corner the market and silver. So that's why this kind of like reminds me of some of that excitement that was going on.
It's
You know?
the same thing in a different way. You could buy and all this silver available for like 5% by putting up 5%. So there was no regulation to prevent people from cornering the market on silver like the Hunt brothers
That
did.
is true.
And futures contracts, yeah, that's always been a thing. But for stocks, not for gold and silver.
Took years, decades, for the shift to occur at the COMEX, for them to be pricing gold and silver in terms of contracts, paper contracts.
Is that the commodity exchange? Is that what we're talking about?
Yes.
So this guy right here, the one that we're listening to in the button-up shirt, and this just, I think this is just testimony of why, or an example of how gold and silver will always do what it's meant to do, and that's preserve your wealth, even if you don't know economics at all whatsoever. Because he leans really heavily on the Hunt brothers, and a lot of economists do as well too. But that was such a small fraction, and there's a lot of history that goes back to it. So it's quite interesting to see that. But yeah, we did see the Hunt brothers. Let's look up. Oh, let me take off caps lock. But gold prices from 19, I think 20 till now. Let's see what that brings up. If it's going to give us, yeah, my macro trends. This should give us a pretty decent view. We see 1920. Gold was $20 an ounce, which is what gold really should be, pegged to $20 an ounce until 1930, the stock market crash of 1930, and then it jumps to in 1933, the gold confiscation. So they got all the gold confiscated, and then at the end, in January 1934, reevaluated to $35 an ounce. And it stayed that way, dipped a little bit below, had a drop right there in 1949. So that was when Israel became a state, was given their own land. And then we have all of this stuff going on, and then we have the reevaluation of gold again, or the gold brought back into the monetary system, and it just skyrocketed. It just skyrocketed. And that's keeping up with inflation, what inflation was and how it is now. And then it dipped down 1977, and then skyrockets 1980. And we start seeing this fluctuation 1991. That was a little bit of a dip, and we see a roller coaster down. But it never went below a threshold of $230 an ounce. So in the last 30 years, this is kind of where we've been playing, is about $350, $300 an ounce. And then we have 2008, leading up to 2008, which was the financial crisis, the housing bubble, and that just popped. But leading up to that, it just skyrocketed. And then it went even further. But did it ever go back down to 350? No, it did not. It did not. We've been printing money ever since then. 2009, 2010, 2012. When I got into the jewelry field and started working with gold and silver, gold was about $1,200 an ounce, $1,400, $1,600, $1,800 an ounce for most of my career. And then 2012, about right here, is when I came into the field, got to $1,600 an ounce, dropped down to $1,200. I remember when it dropped down to about $1,100, we were even saying that's high. And then we look now, in 2011, that's when everything peaked. Right there, 1,700. Now it's come down. And everyone was saying, oh, it's such a bad buy, because now everyone just lost their money. But that's just a short span of time that it came down. And then we have another massive climb, 2020, right there where the Wu flu came in. It just shot up 1,900, almost 2,000. We didn't think that we were going to break 2,000. and now we've broken 2,000. We've broken 3,000. We broke 3,000 this year, and now we broke 4,000. So those are two massive milestones of two massive milestones in just gold alone. Not even looking at silver. So this just shows you how precious gold and silver truly are.
Anyways, are there any interesting dates in there, Tim, or is it?
They're all interesting dates. You know, Franklin's were very collectible from the first day they hit the market.
They're fun. A lot of fun.
48, 48D, 49, 49D. Yeah, they're all. I don't see many S's here, though.
No.
You kept your S's.
No, I actually traded them with somebody else. I actually did. I also have other sets of these. This is my own set of those. I've been collecting for quite a while. So,
I'll hold them back until they end up in a bag.
yeah. But thank you, too. Nice. Very, very happy with that. That's awesome. Thanks.
$2 bills.
Stick those on a separate envelope, if you don't mind.
Tomorrow.
Okay? Try to keep it as neat as I can. I like it. It's just nice, you know? They're not worth a lot of money or anything, but they're fun.
I like that guy. That guy actually sounds pretty cool. And the $2 bills to give his change, that's to me that's still a pretty gangster move. And it throws a lot of people off as well. For me, I wouldn't do that. I have done that in the past, especially when some kids would come through the shop with their parents or whatnot, and I would say, oh, here's your change. And I'd give them a $2 bill and say, oh, you give it to your son or give it to your daughter or what have you. And then they look at you and say, this is fake money. And nope, it's not fake money. Look it up and they get all excited. Money's always been fun, or I should say currency has always been fun. And then silver and gold is money. That's always been exciting, especially for me and myself. I've always been fascinated with metals, with the precious metals. And I was even telling my wife a while ago that it's just kind of funny, for me at least, how as a kid I used to play with rocks. I would collect rocks. I had a box of rocks that I had collected, geodes and just crystals and different things. I thought they were cool and how they were shaped, and I was just enamored with the structures and the colors and whatnot. And then now I get paid to repair jewelry and I play with stones. So it's kind of funny, full circle, I guess.
Always directed to their box.
Yeah. All right.
I got a bunch of silver pieces, grams and 10 ounce silver pieces, and 2 grams of gold that I bought off of the Whatnot app from people's live streams. They do the auctions and such.
What do you think of what?
Oh, man. Two things strike me about this kid right here is, one, I just want to call him a moron. I just want to say you're a moron. But at the same time, too, I see the scam people out there. This is the problem with money. This is why God says the love of money is the root of all evil. Is taking advantage of gentlemen just like this, because this guy is not stupid. He's not a moron. He's not an idiot. He was taken advantage of by predators, and those predators are ones that I truly hate. I hate when people do that. Just do stupid things to steal people's money, and But the good thing about this guy right here is he was at least buying precious metals, and so that brings a little bit of joy into my heart. But this Whatnot, I downloaded it because I want to do some stuff on there. But I don't even think I'll be even profitable because I'm too much of an honest businessman where I like to give more than what is paid for. Yes, I still like to make a profit. There has to be a profit made, but not on these dumb systems. They will have gambling where there's wheels where you pay money and then they push a button on a keyboard, and it's just your luck if you're gonna win. And if you win, then you might get 1 gram of gold, and you paid $400 just for that draw. It's ridiculous, and it's stealing people's money, and it's lazy bums like that don't deserve anything in this world. Truly, they really don't. But what God says is, is don't get vengeance, leave that for me. If your enemy is hungry, give them bread. If your enemy is thirsty, give them water. For their reward is here on earth, and they don't have any reward after this place other than punishment and eternally. And it's sad. It's truly sad. I look at this kid right here, and like I said, I want to say you're a moron, but at the same time, he knows nothing other than the good value of investing your money or investing your currency in money, in something physical that has stood the Roman Empire, the Byzantine Empire, the Egyptian Empire, every empire out there, and it will withstand this empire as well too. And so that is a really good thing. But hopefully this gentleman learns a lesson and can put a stop to it for himself. So in the long run, he's able to build himself up financially and be in a position where he's not taken advantage of by wolves in sheep's clothing. That's truly sad. Whatnot is such a horrible place.
No.
I like it.
Tell me the truth.
I like it. It's nice, but it's not, I would say the most profitable place to, go and buy gold and silver. It's more for fun.
Right.
You
can get caught up in the action.
Exactly.
Maybe overspend.
Oh yeah. I've spent way too much money, of course. Probably, a lot more than what I've gotten back, of course. But it's it was fun when I was doing it. It was enjoyable. And so I do have, a bunch of old coins and such that I've been collecting. Not getting rid of those, of course. I want to keep them for a long time.
Good for you.
Definitely recommend it to, put your money into gold and silver. That is what you want to do.
All right, so that's a redeeming thing. I'm happy to hear that he has other coins and stuff, and just double checking again. It looks like gold is it just jumped. The bid price is $4,005.70, and so the premium on gold that we're gonna be paying is $4,060, $4,100, possibly right around there. Per ounce. And then what is silver doing? 48.32. All right. So it looks as if the peak was 48.53. Yeah, that looks. So we're looking to beat 48.53. Personally, I hope it doesn't. Honestly, I would personally, and it's just what I would like. I would like all of these to crash in half. I would love for gold to go back to $2,000 an ounce. If that happened, I wouldn't even mess with silver anymore. If silver went down to $20, well, if silver went down to $20 an ounce, gold is at $2,000 an ounce. I don't know. I'd probably be still a lot heavier on gold for purchases than silver, but I would still buy silver. And it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Platinum, 1663. Man, these prices are just outrageous. All right, let's get back to this video and see what's going on.
2 grams of gold, and I'm not 100% sure on the weight of how much I have there in silver. That I would say if you do need to.
Now, one thing though too, and this is the danger of Whatnot, and why I urge everyone not to stay away from these gambling sites. But there's a reason he's selling this. It's because he needs the money. And if he hadn't have spent that money gambling, then he wouldn't need to sell this stuff. It's okay to buy silver and gold and then sell it if you need it. That's what it's for. It's money. That's all that it is. But when you obtain it through gambling and then have to sell it because you get because you gambled and now need money, that's a broken chink in the chain. So, just keep that in mind.
You can cut it out. I was debating on cutting it out of the sleeve thing that it's in. I'm not too worried about like the package certification.
Yep. And then you get that Pamp Suisse. Is that a gram?
Yes.
I'm a little confused. It says 7.5 grams, 7.5 grams,
Yes.
and then it says 1 gram, 7.5.
I did look into that, of course. Isn't it like it's a little over 15 grams or 15?
It says 15 grams.
I of course got it off of a live stream or grains. I think that's what.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Grains.
That's an interesting like scale that they used for that.
How many grains in a gram?
I had to look it up myself to know.
But it does say 1 gram on the bottom.
15.43.
Okay, so that's why they say 2 of these 7.5 grains are 1 gram of gold.
I would say it's a little bit lower than actual
Yeah.
weight.
So this Monero thing is a little sketchy.
Yeah.
How shocking is that?
It's another scam. It's not really a scam, but it is a very deceptive marketing ploy because grains is a form of weight, but really you only find that necessarily in jewelry. You buy grains for casting, so and then there's penny weight, there's drop weight, then there's grams, there's grains, there's ounces, and so it is a form of measurement for gold and a legitimate one, but a lot of these places will label it because grains because you can put a bigger number on there, so people psychologically think they're getting more because 15 sounds better than 1. So if you get 15 grains, but you get 1 gram, what are you more willing to buy? You're gonna probably buy the 15 grains rather than the 1 gram, just because the number looks bigger. It's the same size, and actually, this guy got shorted on his instead of getting a full gram, which is what the gentleman said, 15.53 grains equals a gram. So he got less, 7.5 is 7.5. That's 14.55. That's 1. So that's 15. So yeah, that sucks. But it's shady. I can't necessarily say it's scammy, but shady at best, or shady at worst. Best, I would probably say. So that's interesting.
Yeah, I looked into it. That's what it is. Of course, it's a cryptocurrency.
I would say I can buy your Pamp, but I think I'll pass on that.
All right, that's fair.
What do you think?
I understand. It is like it's an interesting thing. Like I said, I mean, if you wanted to take it out to like be able to authenticate, I would understand. But I mean, with him questioning it, I don't blame him completely. I went on, the idea of what I was buying was authentic, of course, but
It probably is authentic gold,
yeah.
but it's just one of those things where I think he's probably considering it even less as a potential fake and more of a how am I going to sell it?
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, realistically want to melt it into something more worth it, realistically.
So what you have over there is
See, and that's what troubles me a little bit about this is that kid does. He's logical. He understands what he has and what's going on, but still he's caught up in this in the Whatnot app, and so many people are. It's not just him. He's just the face on this video, and I haven't seen this video, so I'm watching this for the first time with you guys. But it's just interesting. I thought we'd have a little bit of fun, like I said, just watching the gold prices and whatnot. Oh shoot, where'd it go? Reload. What's going on? Kitco, get back. There you go. Whew. All right, we got our extremely high prices back up. All right, I thought we'd have a little bit of fun, especially because this is a monumental day. This is also Leviticus 23. This is the Feast of Tabernacles, the first day on 36. 7 days ye shall, here we go, 34. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, the 15th day of the 7th month shall also be the Feast of Tabernacles. For 7 days unto the Lord. On the first day shall be a holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein. 7 days ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. On the 8th day shall be a holy convocation unto you, and ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. It is a solemn assembly, and ye shall do no servile work therein. These are the feasts of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim a holy convocation, to offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord, a burnt offering and a meat offering and a sacrifice and a drink offering, everything upon his day. So, we're just having fun a little bit and enjoying this time. It's a crazy chaotic time, truthfully.
4 ounces. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, it's really cool to look at them, have them.
When did you start?
About 2 years ago, so, I'm 25. I'd say it's a little later than what I could have, gotten into it.
No, but that's fantastic. Good for you. 25, you're stacking. Should be happy about that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate it. All right, man.
Take care.
Yeah. You guys too, thank you. I'm sure I'll be back before.
All right. Meet Tim. How you doing? Can I talk to you too? How you doing? I'm doing pretty good. What brings you in? Gold Buffalo and a couple of Silver Eagles. Buying or selling? Buying. I got $5,000. I'll take a Gold Buffalo and as many Silver Eagles as I can get.
I love it. Now that is what I love to hear. Truthfully, that's what I love to hear. What do you want? I want a gold buffalo and whatever silver I can buy after that. That is truthfully a great and glorious thing to hear. Gold buffaloes are awesome. Gold buffaloes truly are awesome. They are pure 24 karat gold, beautiful, great to look at, and an American coin and an American denomination as well too for currency inside the U.S. because it is money. And it is currency at the same time. So let's listen to what this gentleman says. He knows exactly what he wants. I got $5,000. Let's do this.
Have you been here before? No, the last time I came here, actually it was closed and he was on vacation.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
You took a vacation?
That must have been years ago.
I pulled in here and it was closed. I was like, what? And then I read on the paper on the door that you were on vacation for a week. And I was like, probably should have called.
Oh, that would be 2023 in May or
A
something.
year or two ago. Something like that. You need to do that again. When's your next week-long vacation, Tim?
Well, my kids are telling me that we should all go to Australia for my 80th birthday.
Whoa, that would be great.
And I may just stay there.
So you're getting gold and silver. Yes. Which do you like better? Well, I can't afford the gold too much, so I have more silver than gold. A lot more. Good for you. Thank you. How long have you been stacking? 3, maybe 4 years, something like that. not that long, but long enough. Long enough. What do you think of these prices? It's crazy, and I just figured I'd grab another one before it does hit 50,000 or something retarded. You know what I mean? Just to say I have at least a couple of them, so in case something does go crazy.
50,000 gold?
Yeah. I mean, obviously not 50,000 silver. Well, I don't know. Some of the people, I'd like that better. It's kind of way more silver. 50,000 gold. 10 is just around. I know.
I'm just saying.
I know. I'm teasing 10, actually. So, one Buffalo and the rest in Silver Eagles, please.
Okay, one gold buffalo.
One gold
And
Buffalo.
that's silver.
Yes, please. Have you ever bought a gold buffalo? Yes, I have one, and I have a couple of the Eagles, and then halves and quarters. What do you like better, the gold buffalo or the gold eagle? I actually like the Buffaloes better than the Eagles.
I love the Eagles, but you're right, the Buffalo is pretty.
I've been watching your show for a while. The camera. It is a pleasure to come here and interact with you.
Well, I have a buddy now. Cat Tuppence. Right, Tuppence? All right. Are we going to watch this video together? All right. Accompany me. We're going to watch Gold and Silver. He is perching right now. And this is Tupperware.
People get to know them, hear the stories, understand why they're stacking, what they're stacking. If you're buying, even though the prices have gone up over the last month, it make it harder for you to buy.
Yes, it did. I was sitting waiting for the silver, and then it just kept going and going and going and going, and I was like, well, I might as well just keep doing what I've been doing and not waiting for a dip, because dip doesn't seem like it's coming. So,
Do you think FOMO is a real thing when it comes to silver and gold stacking?
what do you mean by FOMO?
Fear of missing out.
Yes, I guess that's why I'm here too, is the fear of missing out. Because I used to just stack silver, and then it was like, well, I should just get a few pieces of gold, and then when I first started, gold was around 2,200, and now look where it is. So,
Are you concerned about our economy?
oh yeah, I mean, I know it's going down. Who knows exactly when, but I have silver and gold now, so I also have cash sitting home too, just in case the banks close or whatever. You know, they take everybody's money. You know, that type of thing.
Bank holiday.
You know, that's a thing too that I don't think many people are prepared for or aware of. 1 second, buddy. 1 second. Let me get you off. There we go. Good boy. Good boy, Tupperware. Tuppence. Sir Tuppence, go into the armpit. Alright. I don't think that many people are aware of that, but the bank's closing and not giving your money back, because we have modern day examples of this as well too. In Australia, just 2 years ago, maybe just a year ago, they closed a lot of banks where people could not go in and get their money. They also took away ATMs so people couldn't go get currency. That they would have to, I believe, drive 2,000 kilometers or something to go to Melbourne to just get currency, to go get a withdrawal. And this is the digital system that we see in Revelation that is being set up. Also, and this, I don't expect that many people to be able to do this, but if you do, let's just say, have more than $10,000 of currency in your bank, go try to withdraw it in cash. See how easy it is. 10,000 they might still be able to do. I know there's been a few times where I've went to go withdraw large sums of money, and I was told that they didn't have the cash. And then they would give an excuse saying, well, we just don't have that much in our safe. We don't have that, that much. I'd have to put an order. I tried even just getting a couple $100 in quarters and dimes. I think $300, $400 in quarters and dimes. And they said I would have to put in a special order, and then the reserve would come, drop the money off, and then after a couple of days or a week, then I could go pick it up. It was quite ridiculous. And so we see that. So if you have a lot of money in the bank, see how easy it is to get your money when you need it. What happens when something just crazy goes wrong in the economy and then banks don't give you your money, or there's a super long line for you to be able to get it? And if we have millions of people in these cities, these big cities and whatnot, and everyone, let's just say even a tenth of the percentage of people need to go withdraw, let's just say even $100, $1,000. How long are you going to have to stand in line to be able to get that money, that currency? How long is the bank even going to be open? How long are they even going to allow that to happen? Because they could just say, no, we don't have any money. Go home. What are you going to do? Go to online banking. Everyone has a card. Everyone has digital pay. You have Apple Pay. You have Google Pay. All these things. So something to be aware of.
A lot of people don't realize the risk they take by putting their savings in a public bank. That's why I keep telling people, be the bank.
The bank, you gave them your money. That's their money now. If they don't give it back to you, then they just didn't give it back to you.
And some people say, no, that can't be true. No.
Fun little fact as well is when you deposit money in the bank, it is told to you as it's a deposit, but it's not a deposit. It is legally a loan to the bank. So if they're unable to give you your money back for any reasons, it's totally legal not to, because it is a loan. That's why you earn dividends when you deposit.
You are actually an unsecured creditor of the bank. They give you IOUs, that's it. So it's pretty scary. And people need to realize the FDIC insurance will not.
Yeah, this is the thing with the FDIC. What if everyone needs to do a insurance claim? They don't have enough money to even pay everyone back. And yeah, you can open multiple banks and then put a little bit of here, a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, to get $1 million back in currency. But that's an extreme route. And then even at that, how easy is it even going to be able to get the 250,000 that they're able to do? And now, what does this say? The latest information from the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, the FDIC, shows the DIF reserve ratio was 1.28% as of December 31st, 2024. Wow, that's 1% of all the money that they're supposed to secure by you giving a loan to the bank. This figure is part of the DIF's restoration plan, which aims to bring the ratio back to the statutory minimum of 1.35 by 2026, ahead of the original 2028 deadline.
Cover the entire banking system.
When the bank fails, They're not going to be bailing anybody else out, and then you're out your money.
People don't realize the risks that are in. Whoa.
Wow, that is a fancy case.
It is.
The last one?
And that's the buffalo. It comes in the case. The great buffalo. Buffalo soldier.
Man, I'm so glad I finished stacking my Buffalo
I
Bull.
have more on order.
Okay, good.
Don't think you're going to be here until, probably Monday or Tuesday.
What do you think?
Oh, that's pretty cool. I wasn't expecting it to be slapped. I was just expecting a loose
You
coin.
can always take it out of here if you want.
Oh, no, this is better.
And you Yankee knows how to do that. He's dynamite with the drum tool.
If it's a decent grade, that's an MS70, right, Tim?
It is. It is also, I think it's IGC. And I'm not sure it's still in business.
Interesting. Well,
At a high grade, I'd be maybe tempted to keep it in there, right? I'm not a big fan of graded modern bullion, unless it's a collector's item and you want to give it as a gift or something. It's pretty cool. Look at it.
All right, that's all I can stand to this. But anyways, today is the first day of the last feast of Scripture, which comes from Leviticus 23, and this is the Feast of Tabernacles, like we have read. So I encourage you guys to open up your King James version of the Bible and go through that. It's also on BibleGateway.com. And just make sure you don't get any of these apostate versions. Just go with the King James version and read that for what God has said. And this is a perfect translation for you. The English speakers that speak English here in English Town. Anyways, I appreciate you guys. Don't trust the F-dick. And read your Bibles, pray to God, seek God through everything. And with that, happy Feast of Tabernacles. Love you guys. God bless.